Hey Global Leader! This video today is for you if you want to learn what is people leadership and which competencies you should pursue to improve it. Hi, I'm Tatyana Fittipaldi, and in this channel, we make videos to help global leaders make impactful business decisions and become more effective, inclusive, and influential. So you are here today because you want to learn what people leadership is all about and what competencies you should pursue to be a kick-ass people leader. So let's dive in. What is people leadership? People leadership is one of the 4 success pillars in global leadership. Let's quickly recap. What are the 4 pillars of global leadership? Personal leadership leads self for greater performance. People leadership leads people to empower a vision. Organizational leadership leads ideas to create positive impact. And cultural leadership leads behavior to create an inclusive workplace. So what exactly is people leadership? People leadership is the ability to lead people, master work relationships in different cultures, and create high-performing and collaborative teams in a way that creates value to the stakeholders. And for anyone to achieve this, they have to work on several competencies and skills. Let's see what they are. Number 1, understanding global leadership and decision-making styles. Different types of people value different things. Therefore, they behave, relate, and think in different ways. Leaders have to learn how to identify and, quote-unquote, read styles quickly. This can help them address specific needs and interests, which will build trust and bonds faster. When you identify what people value and focus on, you can lead a more robust conversation. Driving actions and leading initiatives become easier. When we talk about styles, it's not about boxing or labeling people. It's about zoning in to what they value as closest as possible. Each individual is unique. There are no 2 people that are alike, even within homozygote twins. But each individual on this planet leans towards certain styles more than others. And if you understand this, you can quickly create rapport, build trust, and keep their focus on a shared goal. This will help leaders accomplish more and drive better and faster decisions. Number 2, learning deep communication and trust building. We all think that we know the basics of communications, but we don't. Communication has a lot more nuances than we think. Communication can be verbal, written, and through signs. But even within these categories, there are far more nuances than we realize. For one, nonverbal aspects of communication have more impact in a conversation than anything else. Paralanguage has also a lot of weight, especially in high-context cultures. If you want to learn more about high and low context cultures, I will leave a link for you. Look, you can plan arguments, copywriting, and devise a bunch of things to say. In the end, that counts less than the subtle messages that you are literally communicating. Learning deep communication and the nonverbal aspects of communication and its cultural elements are critical in our globalized world if we want to build trust and long-lasting work relationships. Also, within the communication overarching competency, we have sub-skills that make use of communication. For example, negotiations, delegation, presentation, and so on. Mastering communication is an important aspect to lead and influence, which leads us to our next skill. Number 3, developing influencing skills. Influencing skills is the capacity individuals have to be a compelling force on or produce effects on the actions, behavior, and opinions of others. In other words, it is the ability to guide people to come to certain conclusions without coercing them. Influence is not manipulation. Although both may use the same set of skills, manipulation is for your personal gain. Influencing skills are like electricity. It's not good or bad. It can be used for good or bad. All leaders must learn to be influential if they want to create a real impact in their company and in the world. The truth is that nowadays nobody makes decisions alone. You will have to influence people during the decision-making process, and influencing skills are critical for that. Number 4, practicing impressions management. You know the saying, there is not a second chance to make a first good impression. Impressions management is about you learning how to make sure people have and perceive the right impressions about you. Again, it's not about manipulation. One thing I learned in my career is that the best thing we can do is be authentic. Sometimes though, even when we are 100% authentic, people get us wrong. So impressions management is about helping people get us right. Leaders who learn impressions management have shown to make quicker progress in their careers than those who don't. And once again, that's because leaders don't make decisions alone. And when people get us wrong, they might make wrong decisions. Number 5, managing expectations. Managing expectations is your ability to communicate what you are expecting to happen while you also learn from others what they are expecting in return. It sounds simple enough, right? And it is. But very often, people don't care to learn this useful skill. Yes, managing expectations needs an incredible amount of emotional intelligence. You have to deal with motivations, you have to deal with emotions, you have to deal with intentions and desires. Sometimes the simplest things are the most difficult ones, like saying I love you or I'm angry. So simple, but sometimes so difficult. There are fears involved, walking on shells. It's no wonder that people find it so difficult. What leaders need is a straightforward methodology to help them manage expectations step by step. And not sometimes, but always. By learning a methodology and putting it into practice, they skyrocket how much they can accomplish along with their teams and stakeholders. Number 6, learning and practicing manager coaching skills. Manager coaching skills is the ability to guide and coach your team on things that make them feel stuck and frustrated. People often confuse manager coaching skills with mentoring. Mentoring is basically someone who is more experienced making recommendations on how to proceed or take action on certain things and decisions. Coaching is the act of guiding the thinking process of an individual so that they find their own answers that work for them. It's always great to have mentors who trailed the blaze and could give us some tips already, but truth is, as a manager, you want to teach your team members to think for themselves. You want them to develop critical thinking skills, and you, coaching them, is achieving just that. Like influencing skills, it's not about manipulation. It's about helping individuals set their mindsets correctly to what they want to accomplish, gain new perspectives that they never thought of before, and then think about their own answers and solutions. I'd dare to say that manager coaching skills should be taught to every single leader that has any leadership role in an organization, regardless of title or power. Leaders who move from telling their employees what to do to guiding them see a huge increase in performance and long-term development. But what's even more important to mention is that coaching creates an amazing bond of trust between managers and employees. And that's why team performance skyrockets. Number 7, creating collaborative teams and driving motivation. People collaborate for different purposes, and people are motivated by different things as well. And these go hand in hand. We as leaders have to learn how to form collaborative teams to get the optimal performance from our talents. Each individual talent, when summed, will never be as good as when all talents comes together. I call this the power of collective brain power. Focusing on collaborative teams is part of wanting to create a more inclusive and engaging workplace. People want to belong, so leaders must do this the right way. They need to learn what drives people to collaborate and what are the motivational drivers for each individual in the team, and then use this information to move teams from storming to performing. There you go, global leader. Now you possess in your hands the right map to successful people leadership. In the next video in the series, we will talk about organizational leadership and why driving ideas, projects, and structures are so important in global leadership. I am Tatyana Fittipaldi, and if you like this video, give me a thumbs up so that other people can also find me. And it would mean a lot to me if you share this video and subscribed to our channel. Thank you so much for watching.